Ladies and gentlemen, my name is BrendenPlayz. This is NBA 2k22 MyNBA mode. We are playing as the Chicago Bulls with the goal in mind is to be a part of the playoffs this season. First game of the season, we picked up a W over the Detroit Pistons. Zach LaVine, 26 points. Vucevic, 25 and 19. Had a game out indeed. Picked up a 2-point win. It was a little bit too close to my liking. So this time, today, we need to pick up another win. But we're also going to focus on taking on a few teams, in the next few episodes that are certainly fighting for those early positions in the playoffs. One of those will be our opponent today that we're going to focus on, the New York Knicks. We did play against the Pelicans. We lost to them. LaVine put up 35. Vucevic again, 22 and 19. But still not enough to stop Zion and the Pels as they grab the victory. Brandon Ingram, too good for us as well. So let's simulate a few games ahead. And we'll check out how we fare against the Pistons once again. And we do pick up a win. This time, much more comprehensive. LaVine, 29. DeRozan this time putting up some big numbers, 28. Vucevic again, 23 boards. That is excellent. The focus will be the bench, and once we simulate all these games, we'll have a bit more of a closer look at how the bench is faring. But certainly, interesting times ahead. And now we do pick up a loss against the Raptors. That's a bit of a surprise. I thought we would be able to beat the Raptors. LaVine again, 33, but not getting a lot of support in this game. Lonzo Ball, he's putting up some okay points, but he needs to do a little bit more, and DeRozan not consistent enough as well. So that's a bit of a concern. The good news is that LaVine is doing really, really well. And as I said, our next game will focus in on the Knicks, because I do believe the Knicks have a good chance of maybe stealing a playoff spot from us, or at least getting a little bit further above us if we're not careful. Okay, so after our first 4 games of the season, obviously we sit at 2-2. Zach LaVine nearly averaging 31 points. Huge start from him, and he's doing it shooting 48% field goal. 3-point wise, not good. It's 21% from the 3. That is not great. Vucevic is shooting 0.4. DeRozan hasn't made one. Lonzo shooting at 28. Kobe White 35. Caruso 30. It's not looking good for our shooting prospects. We probably need some 3-point shooting. We just don't seem to have a lot. Vucevic, 17 points he's averaging, and of course 17 rebounds as well. That is fantastic. So we're getting plenty out of him. We probably need to try and up that to maybe 19, 20 points if we can get a little bit greedy. DeRozan, as I said, we need a little bit more out of him as well. He's a bit too inconsistent. He's had some good games, hasn't been so effective in some others. Lonzo, 12 points so far, 6 assists, so he is contributing. The best stat he's probably got is 2.5 steals a game, so he's active on defense, and we need a little bit more in the scoring department, I feel. His shooting has been a bit of a concern. Kobe White, 11 points nearly, and 4 assists. He's doing fairly well coming off the bench, but obviously he's getting pretty big minutes, and only averaging 11 points is a bit of a concern. And again, the bench, Caruso, 7.5, Troy Brown Jr., 7, Tony Bradley, 5.5, Patrick Williams getting lots of minutes, only averaging 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1.3 steals, 0.5 blocks. Small concern there, I suppose. Hasn't made a 3 at all. He's averaging, half an attempt in a game, so he's not trying too much. But there is a bit of a concern there. Plus minus is 5.5, so that's okay. But I'm a little bit concerned with Patrick Williams. I'm wanting to see more from him going forward. Derek Jones Jr., 4.2 points. And Alize Johnson, 2.7. So I guess the concern is probably our 3-point shooting at the moment. And obviously, not only that, it's our power forward spot. It's still a concern of mine. With Williams, I feel like he's not quite suited to the spot, or he's not going to be able to deliver what we're probably hoping. But again, there's not a lot to really look at in the free agency. and including DeMarcus Cousins. He's been snapped up. He's gone. So someone has already signed Cousins. Not sure who it was, but that's a little concerning that someone that we probably thought we had a chance of securing. He's now taken, and it was actually the Pistons who signed him. So there you go. So that's a small little concern, but I'm not overly too worried. I feel like we'll be okay without him, but it's certainly a small concern of mine. Who's going to fill this power forward spot long term for us? Is there a perfect option for us? Ilyasova might not be a bad idea. He'll add a bit of shooting and a veteran player. He's got some decent badges as well. 6 shooting badges. He might be, not a great option, but certainly kind of fills both spots that we may be looking for. He's been averaged nearly 44% from 3 last year. Other seasons around 35, 36. That's not a bad option for us. So he might be the front runner for us at the moment. But again, I'm a little bit worried if we don't get him now. Will we miss out on him? Do we take that plunge now? There probably isn't really anyone else that kind of suits both roles. So what do you guys think? Ilyasova might be an option. We do have 15 players at the moment already, so that's the concern. We would have to waive one player away to be able to secure his services. But that's something to think about. But nonetheless, we are going to focus today on trying to beat the Knicks, and we're going to focus today on our bench. So we're going to have a look whilst we're playing against the Knicks and see how some of our guys are going. We might lower the minutes of a few guys and give some others a chance to get some game time. So let's get Javonte Green out there, and then Matt Thomas, will give him a couple of minutes just to see what they offer. Do they offer a lot? Is there anything to even look at? And we might even get Dotson in there. We might bring him off the bench at some point as well for a look. So let's try and figure out what's the best bench for us at the moment, because I feel like that's our biggest weakness. So let's get into the Knicks. They've got 2 wins, 2 losses as well. Obviously, they've had a Kemba, Fournier as well. Not looking like a bad team. Julius Randle as their star player. You look at the matchup here, it's pretty similar. The only real weakness, I guess, on our end is our power forward position, and that could be a concern for us. Julius Randle against Patrick Williams could be a bit of a problem, but nonetheless, I feel like Zach LaVine should be able to take care of business, and we're going to get that dub, so let's go into it. All right, let's get into it. The New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls. Big game for us. We're going to try and beat the Knicks to prove that we are capable of overstepping them in the East. And this will be important for us as DeRozan driving through off to Vucevic. DeRozan, wide open 3, not really his strength, missing. Vucevic, though, able to get the ball back. Nice rebound, and he tries to drive in again, gets met with the charging foul. Not exactly what we wanted, but I think we've got to stay aggressive with DeRozan. Obviously we went for the wide open 3. I think you just got to take those shots, and if he makes it, great. If he doesn't, well, fair enough. I think you just got to go with that. But we're going to try and be aggressive with DeRozan as LaVine, speaking of aggression, oh no, he's blocked! Blocked from behind! Well, I thought he was going to slam it down with a big dunk, but he's missed it with the block. The Knicks showing a bit of defense early on, so we tried to play our hand early here with LaVine trying to drive in, go for the dunk, missing. DeRozan with the mid-range, too much defense around him, but Vucevic showing his strength with getting another ball, but a bad pass out. Fournier's got it, and the Knicks, they can't convert there, but they do get it back with Robinson. LaVine with a bad read on defense. Fournier trying to go through. Vucevic all over him. And we forced the miss. Now Lonzo's got it. Chance for Lonzo to show us what he can do. He hasn't scored a lot of points so far yet. It's really been LaVine as DeRozan with another 3 attempt. It's just not his shot, is it? I think we're learning pretty quickly that, we might need to avoid the 3s with DeRozan. Even though I think he's got a C+ 3-point shot, it's just not there as Lonzo gets blown past, but he's able to do enough to force the miss. DeRozan gets the ball, couldn't quite hang on to it. Back to LaVine. LaVine with the fake. LaVine drives in, and I don't know if he got tipped or would have passed it anyways, but LaVine's got it back, and there's a 3. We're on the board. Okay, finally. Levine scoring for us to get us underway. We advance a little bit further into the first. 17 plays, 11. Noel able to get the layup. It's getting a little concerning. We've got the bench on now, so we get a chance to see how our second unit goes. I'm not exactly confident as Caruso. Nice pass onto Johnson. Johnson gets the easy 2. So Caruso and Kobe White, probably the 2 key men on our second unit. Caruso hopefully will be able to score maybe around 10 points per game. That'd be great if he can average around that. Kobe White, probably expecting a little bit more from him, if not at least a few more assists. Has a nice rebound. Caruso all alone for a while there, but decides to hang on to it. And he's got a chance for a pass. Couldn't feed it through to Bradley. And now it's a 3-on-1. Caruso gets back there. And not enough to stop Derrick Rose, though. He gets the layup. 21-13. The Knicks are starting pretty well. We've got a bit of work to do, that's for sure. They're not going to go down easy. Johnson with the 3 attempt. He couldn't get it done. And now it is another. No, he couldn't quite convert. He done enough to force the miss. Derrick Jones Jr., I think he waited too long. Waited a little bit too long to go for that. So, troublesome times as we head into the third. Zach LaVine nails the 3. He's got 21 points so far into the third quarter. That's the first time we've led in this game. That's how much of a struggle it has been. LaVine doing enough to keep us into the game at the moment. Bradley with the block. Derrick Rose, I don't know what he was thinking there. There's no way he's going to get through there. Kobe White's got it now. And he's had a pretty quiet game, got to say. LaVine, as I said, has been the primary scorer for us. He's going to try and get a couple more, and he does. 23 for Zach LaVine. Quite clearly, we are relying on LaVine this season. That is for sure. Fourth quarter now. We've been able to gain a little bit of a lead. 97-85. It's comfortable, but it's not a certainty. Still time. LaVine to Vucevic. And he's on 18 points now after that slam dunk. And he has got 7 from 11. Plus minus of 17. Really positive game. And that's good to know from Vucevic. Obviously one of our star players. Doing really, really well. LaVine feeding off there and able to get his 3rd assist. He's spreading the ball around a little bit more. And that's probably something he may need to do as well. Obviously he's our primary scorer, but he might need to handle the ball a little bit more. And find his teammates if they are open. He's got Lonzo Ball wide open here, and Lonzo gets the 3. That's good that he's making those sort of shots. He needs to make those shots. That is comfortable, wide open, and he's able to knock it down. This game is about to be over as Johnson gets the rebound wide open. Well, maybe some late coverage to get there. It looked like he had enough room there to get that layup, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter. We hang on. It's not a convincing win. It's not a great win in my opinion, but it is enough. Zach LaVine, 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a great game. DeRozan got 20 points, started poorly, but became good throughout the game. Vucevic, 20 and 17, adding 2 steals with that one as well. Lonzo, 12, 7 and 6, pretty good game. Caruso got 8. Kobe White got 7, 3 assists. Caruso got 5 assists. Williams, another quiet game, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Bradley, 12 rebounds. He's having a good start to the season off the bench. Jones, not a lot there. Johnson, he didn't do too much, and we had a few of the other guys play as well. They didn't do much either. Nonetheless, it's a win, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching this episode of My NBA. We'll be back with another one very soon.